Hello and welcome, my surviving Leaf. Digimon Survive is right around the corner, and rather than being a game about collecting a ton of Digimon, it is more like the show where you have your human people with their digital partners. And, well, I kinda like the idea. You can do this. This will work out pretty well, I guess. But if everyone has a specific partner, what will they evolve into? First, some facts. The official website states that there will be over 100 Digimon in this game, with, so far as we know, are 113 completely, without the DLC monsters that apparently exist. This might change, but we have to wait and see. The website also states that based on the decisions you make while on your adventure, your Digimon partners will evolve in different ways. But, on the other hand, when you go down to the character section, it only says that about Agumon there and not the others, so it's not quite sure if every Digimon can evolve in different ways or only that Agumon of the main character. Guess we have to wait and see, but for the sake of this video, we just assume that every Digimon partner will be based on the decisions you make. One more thing before we start. As you can see, beside the HP bars, there's the attribute symbol for virus, data, and vaccine. So I believe that the attributes are pretty important in this game. That is why I think that the evolution lines the Digimon partners can take are split into 3. Just like Gammamons in Digimon Ghost game as well. Which would be 4 if you count Gulu's Gammamon, but for the sake of this argument, let's go with 3. This will put the partner Digimon to a whopping 72 or 75 in number, if you count the rookies, which leaves room for some free Digimon that you can also get, which are partnerless but you can use in battle. So with that out of the way, let's see what they might evolve into. First off, Takuma and his partner Agumon. We have already seen in the trailer that it will evolve into a Greymon. And we also saw that Metal Greymon is in this game as well, so we can assume that for the vaccine attribute, it will be Greymon and Metal Greymon. However, I think to make him not a complete carbon copy of Taichi, they want to War Greymon as the final one, but instead Victory Greymon, which wasn't really used that much so far. So I think it's likely. But what can we do about data for him? Well, we have seen that Trikeramon is in this game. So with staying Dinosaur for Agumon, this works out, and the perfect in-between Digimon for those two would be Tyrannomon. The ultimate for this line could be Ultimate Brachiomon, which would also fit the more machinery look Agumon tends to get in its later evolutions. Well, Virus then. We had Tyrannomon already, but I still think Dark Tyrannomon would make a lot of sense for this evolution line. The next one after this should be Metal Tyrannomon, which would allude to Metal Greymon, and it fits. And finally, for the ultimate spot in this line, would be Mugendramon, or Machine Dramon in the West, which we have actually seen to be in this game. Good. On to the next character, Kaito and his Dracmon. Now, let's take the Virus line here first, because the rookie is Virus and that makes sense. And I think, as a matter of it appearing in Digimon Ghost game recently, this would be a nice cross advertisement. Do Sanglumon. And for the exact same reason, the next in line would be Matadormon. This is basically writing itself right now. For the ultimate, well, do Gran Dracmon, which is just the normal evolution of Dracmon. There you go. Now data. Systemon Noir maybe? There aren't really that many data evolutions possible for Dracmon so far, so yeah. We don't have much of a choice here. Also, this could lead into Pandamon, which would be strangely fitting. And after that, ultimately into... Well, the only thing would be Metal Garurumon if we don't add an evolution that wasn't possible so far. I kinda doubt that we get Metal Garurumon though. So maybe Sakuyamon, because that was in the trailer. Other than that, no idea. Tell me in the comments if you have something for it. Looking forward to what you write. Now, Vexen. There is a Vexen version of Dobamon, and I think this would fit really well. The same goes for Cabarrusmon, which is perfect. Pun intended. And then finish that off with Anubismon. Why was the Vexen line for this virus Digimon that is pretty evil way easier than the data line? That doesn't really make sense, but here we go. Next up are Miu and her Shakomon, which was a surprising thing to see, but I like it. It's a very underused Digimon. Spotlight them more. As it is virus, we start with virus again. Okmon was rarely used and is the base evolution, so why not give it a chance? Marine Devimon next would be very interesting, followed up by the ultimate Pukumon, because that is also pretty underrepresented. Next up, Data, which should just be the Seedramon line. Seedramon, Mega Seedramon, Metal Seedramon. Easy. Now Vexen. I don't really like putting Armor Digimon as adult, but a lot of media does, and it fits, so Tylomon. After that, classical Waymon. And after that, turn wholly into Marine Angemon. Next one coming up. Shuji and Lopmon. Well, starting with Data now. And that goes classical into Turuemon, and after that, Andiramon. But then, not into Cherubimon, but into Valkyremon. I, at least, would like that on my team. Next, Virus with Vendigomon, and then into Mephismon. Finishing the line off with Gulfmon. If this is a mechanic in the game, Gulfmon would need more than one space on the map, but we'll see about that. Digimon can get pretty big after all. For Vexen, why not go with the silver version of Cubimon? That would be fresh and interesting. And of course, that is followed up by the silver Taomon. And finally, Hoomon, because that is the only real option at this time, and Hoomon is amazing. Next up, Saki and Floramon. And I really like Floramon finally being a partner of a human team in this case, I guess. Again, it is Data, and we start with it. Kiwimon would be the normal evolution, and why I'd like it to stay as a plant, this still works out, because after Kiwimon, it can turn into Blossomon, and after that into Rafflesimon, which is nice. Let's do this. Let's go with Virus next, which would be Woodmon. Of course, that needs to be followed up by Juremon, and for Ultimate, why not Pinocchimon? Yes, that would work great. Leaves us with the Vexen line. And why not go for Kabukimon? That was never seen that much, right? We are running into a bit of a problem here though, but I think making it possible for it to turn into Ayataramon is fine. Finish that off with Bloom Lordmon, and I would be very happy, because that thing looks cool. Rio and Kunemon are next, starting with Kunemon's attribute of Virus. Flymon is obviously a must. I mean, look at it, you can see why. The blue version of Atlo Kabuterimon is the only good option going forward, given what we have to work with. And ultimately, Heracle Kabuterimon, which is a bit lame, granted, but oh well, this is what we can go with here. Virus will be much more interesting though, starting off with Waspmon. Yes, so far it's not possible, but it could easily be. And just wait what we are aiming for here. We go through Cannonbee towards Tiger Vespamon, which is my favorite insect-like Digimon. Vexen will start off with Sneemon, or Trusty Mantis Digimon. It will then go into Jewelbeamon, finishing it off with Bancho Stingmon. And let me tell you, I love Banchos, so this would be my main for this character. Minoru and Falcomon, in its original colors, not the Saber's one, are up next. Vaccine it is then. Diatrimon is already confirmed, so I guess this is what we have to go with. And I don't mind that. Same with the Yatagaramon. And I think its final form will be Valdumon, or Glowing Bird. Data might start off with Aquilamon, and then let's have some fun with Delumon. Because why not? Penguin with a bush on its back? Don't see anything wrong with that. Ultimately, let's finish this off by doing Griffomon. And we get another old Digimon in a new game, which is good. The site states it can be very clumsy, so why not give it something like Ogamon for Virus? A clumsy Ogamon? Why not? And not much choice here. We go through Rebellimon into Titamon. Yes, I would like it to stay as a bird as well, but according to what evolutions are possible so far, this is what we get. Still, there could be new evolution ways. Everything could be, but I like to stay what is given to us by now, if possible. And now we have reached the final character, Aoi and her Labramon, which is Vaccine, and thus we go with Vaccine first. Well, we know of Saber Leomon, so let's fulfill this line with Leomon and grab Leomon, and we're done with Vaccine already. That was easy. And hopefully, it won't die. Let's make Data funny and let's go with Dogmon for the first evolution here. We have to give it a new possible evolution though, which will be Wargarurumon, which can be Data. And finally, same reason as Victory Greymon, Zidgarurumon. This would be awesome. Devidramon for Virus, And after that, into Karatamon. How does that sound? And for Ultimate, Beelzebumon. Yeah, it's a Demon Lord, but I think it is fine. Make it the winged version. Well, those were my predictions / hopes for what I think is likely to happen as evolutions in this game. If we say that there will be no new Digimon for those. What do you think? Are those likely? Do you have different ideas? Tell me in the comments below. Also, don't forget to digivolve the like and subscribe button as well as the little bell when you enjoyed this video. And then check out the links in the description below to my Twitter and Instagram where I post stuff and keep you updated, as well as to my Twitch where I stream every Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Soon, also on Mondays, where we go with Digimon Survive. What a coincidence. I hope to see you over there as well, and until next time, bye!